Jake here from Courtesy of Tim. You're hearing a demo of our new song Canary, which will be on our new album, which we'll record as soon as lockdown is over. Today, let's look at the chord choice for this song. The overall feel is C sharp minor, G sharp minor, A major, G sharp major. There are two things going on here. First is modal interchange. I originally wrote it as that last chord being another G sharp minor, which would have kept us in the key of C sharp natural minor. Jeremy, who's been studying theory, proposed raising that to a G sharp major chord, in effect moving us into the mode of the harmonic minor, which is just raising the seventh of the key overall, and in that chord it happens to be the third, so it changes it from a minor to a major. Our band's first batch of songs was noisier than our current work. While we were writing Winnie, we became more aware of space and creating it, whether that's empty space next to fuller space to contrast, or leaving space for other instruments. Ways to fill space include putting distortion on the guitars playing 5 or 6 strings instead of 3 or 4, especially if they're playing tension notes that are outside of the triad, adding more instruments to the mix, especially if they're on different rhythms and melodies. I wanted Canary to grab your attention, but also have a feeling of resignation and defeat. Here's the progression played as root position bar chords. The jump from the C sharp minor to the G sharp minor doesn't change the top note, but the lowest note drops a fourth, and the ear is drawn to that, so it's taking up some space. We're also playing 5 and 6 strings on the guitar. I wanted to have that motion, but have it be more subtle, the hard frustration of the first chord melting into the resignation of the second. So to avoid that big drop in the lowest note, I use an inversion, where the root is no longer the lowest note, instead the third is the lowest note. And notice how much the tones are changing. It's only a half step or a whole step, so the ear is not drawn here. Joshua's bass line is helping with the feel too. It bounces around a little bit, but the core of it is walking down the natural minor, C sharp, B, A, G sharp. This does two things. The descending tones bring the mood down, and since that first jump is just a step instead of the fourth, that is the jump between the actual chords, he's playing into the subtle change.